All right, well, I confess I am not super enthusiastic about this particular video of my bullpen because it's really hard to offer up bullish ideas in a market that I consider so vastly overvalued. I've kept this pen populated because, for a portion of the year, there's actually some good charts in here. And I've shrunk this a bit. I've trimmed a few away. It's at 12 right now. I mean, while going through here, I may discover others that have no business being in here. We'll see. But let's just go through them. None of these are terrific. This is the worst intro ever, I know, but let's just go through them. They all may suck, but for what it's worth. Beazer Homes, BZH. Obviously, real estate's been taking a pretty bad hit lately, but we'll just I gotta avoid being too snarky in this video, but we'll just lay down that as a kind of an appropriate area as a stop loss. Here's Cal-Maine Foods Calm, which on a long-term basis still is a really good-looking chart. It's a very handsome-looking long-term bullish chart, and this is, as I've mentioned, they distribute eggs. That's their very cool, exciting business, but it works. Robinhood. These three scallops proceeded to burst higher, and this is kind of at the mercy of crypto, I guess, and also like 19-year-old traders. Very firm stop on this will be down at 16.49, which isn't too far away. KD, Kyndryl Holdings, this is looking possibly sucky. This base is still intact. We have not violated the base. It's definitely taken some heat here, but perhaps if the S&P gets down to like 5,000 or a little bit below, this might present itself as another buying opportunity. But yeah, it hasn't busted through that general zone of support, so meh. Here's LYFT Lyft. This is still pretty good looking. Nice little base there. Its competitor Uber is much higher, so maybe Lyft is going to kind of come into its own. But this really isn't a bad looking chart, so we'll be nice. That still looks pretty decent. Monday.com. This is looking kind of sickly too. A few weeks back, it was looking real sharp, like so. But you can see these things are eroding pretty quickly, and so maybe if there's any value to this video, maybe it's to show that even the handful of bullish setups are starting to sour and look kind of fugly, because this definitely does. Cloudflare and Net, kind of the same idea. Dialed back a few weeks ago, and it looks really terrific, and it's sinking somewhat. And we'll put down, looks like a data error down there. We'll put down this level like so as a support zone / stop loss. NXPI, this one actually is pretty good looking. This is NXP Semiconductors, and this could be a buying opportunity. It's getting beaten down, and so somewhere around 228 or so might be an appealing entry point. Oscar, OSCR, this is Oscar Health. This one, 13.32 seems an appropriate stop loss. Big old inverted head and shoulders on this one. Still intact. And I'll say again, across the board, none of these are wrecked. Some are damaged worse than others, but some like this one might simply be winding up for another leg higher. It could well be. If you looked at my bear pin video, I already talked about the prospect of maybe the fall, maybe the tumble's already over now, given what the VIX has done. Here's UiPath, right triangle top, bottom, so used to saying top. 20.30 is the price gap on there, which needs to hold. Sweetgreen, SG, looking decent. Stop loss on this one, I would say. The 21.66, I would say, is a nice conservative stop on that one. And the final of these fellows is VTEX. And like so many stocks today, fell about 5%. And it must not violate this. We must not have a lower low, or else this thing's just poo-poo at that point. But anyway, that's how that looks. So yeah, pretty lame video, I admit it. But maybe an idea or two buried in there.